Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is well. This is part 2 of the wood section. I did this one on day 27 and I'm going to do this one today on day 28. I was going to do it after, but I just thought it'd be fitting to add it in today. And there was one background I was a bit like meh, so we booted that one off and I've added it into this one because I really enjoyed doing this wood. So we're going to use the same pencils as we used yesterday, and they are Beige PC997, Goldenrod PC134, Burnt Ochre PC943, Light Umber PC941. Then we've got Dark Brown PC 946, Dark Umber PC 947, and then we've got Black PC 935. We've also got 70% Warm Grey 1056, and we'll also be using a Bic calligraphy pen, which is a nice brush pen, and fine tip on the other side. So today we'll be doing this design, which is quite cool. So it'll look like the flowers are bunching out of the holes of the trees. I'm calling them trees, they're not trees, are they? The bark. So let me just get, let's go in with, I'm going to put a nice edge on these. So these circles I'm going to use Dark Umber just to make the circles, and what I'm going to do, these circles do not have to be completely round, so I am going to freehand these. So what I'm going to do, I want a big one coming out from here, and we're just going to make, so now I can do pretty solid round circles, but this is, I don't want a round solid circle. And then we'll have, say, another one here. That's going behind that. And then we'll have another one coming round here. And then in between these, I want a bigger one here. And the less perfectly round they are, the better. And we'll have a big one here. I'm just tickling these in, I just want them to be a fair bigger one there. And then we'll have another big one virtually touching each other there. You can see one here. I'm just kind of going in where I think we could have there's going to be a big one there. So I'm trying to find shapes that are quite simple and not too in your face. I'll have a smaller one here, and then we'll have kind of like a big one just there, and then we can have a big one coming out here. That come round here a bit. That's more of a longer one. And put a circle in here. We'll have a little one there, see. And then we'll have a slightly bigger one that can go off screen. A little one there. And a little one here. And then we'll have a big one. Kinda. Oh no. What am I doing? No. I was on a roll then, I go and do it wrong. Just do a bit of email. I only have one little rubber that I know rubs Prismacolor out. Let me just try this one because I don't know if this one will be any good. These ones are really terrible for smudging the other colour if you catch it. Hey, well, there goes a mistake. We'll add that in somehow. So we need to make this come round here like that. Then we'll have another one just in there. Then I've got to start thinking about the middle, so I'm going to put one here. And then we'll have a part round one there. And we'll have a little one here. And then, so that one's there, so we'll have a part round, a little one there, and then we'll have another little one here. And then we'll have a big one coming round here. I think coming around here, and then the rest of it's hidden behind that. And then we'll have a bit of a semicircle there because the rest is behind that, and we'll have that one comes round into here. That's there, so we'll have a circle there. And before we start colouring anything, I'm going to black the rest of it out. So once we've got all this in, we'll have a little circle there behind that, and then we'll have a big, well, like a medium shape there. Same with here behind this. And then we'll have another big one coming round here like this. And join on there. And we'll have some little ones. And then we'll have a big one in there. Little one in there. A part big one coming out like that. And then we'll have one coming round here. And then these will be the harder ones to do inside here, where we've got them showing up. So that'll be that big one. And there's another big one there. I'll put a little one in here. Put another one in here. That one can be an odd shaped one. We'll have this type one there, and then a little one here, and a little one there. We'll have a little one here, and then a half little tiny one there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to colour most of them. I'm going to colour half of them like a walkthrough basically. And like a knot of that one coming through like that, Just put a little one there. So that is all that area covered. So what I'm going to do then is go in with the bit. Now I'm going to speed this up while I go through here. So I'm just going to literally find all the spaces and go through. Now this is a water-based marker, so it shouldn't go through to the other side. And I just find that this will help guide me around. I'm going to use the other side because I feel like I'll have more control of the other side. No, I don't like the other side actually. And you can use any black pen at this point. Obviously, just be mindful if you're using acrylic black pen, that may soak through, so definitely do a test page before you go ahead with that. So like I said, I'm just going to keep this quite simple and easy to follow. Hopefully everyone found day 27 okay to follow if you've had a go at that, or planning on having a go. Hopefully I've done it quite an easy way to say how I've done it, because I can only follow things quite simply, me. Anything that starts getting really complicated, my brain starts saying, no, I don't get what you mean with that. And then that's it. Poof. You know, and I'll back away from it. So everything I've done throughout Backgroundery is the way I would pick it up. So not everyone will like the way I've done it, and others may love the way I've done or hosted Backgroundery, should I say, with the videos. But I've done the best I can out of them. I'm really proud that I've stuck it all the way through. Some days I've got a bit behind through to ailments, but they were forgiven because I was quickly able to get them videos caught back up. And this one will be going on the 28th, so that's a good sign, because some of them have been going on a day late, but a day late is better than not at all. So, and I've loved the messages I've received off people saying how it's brought them out the shell, that they've started doing more backgrounds in the pages. It's been really heartwarming to know that people have actually enjoyed doing the Backgroundery series with me, where they've either followed along and updated the progress, things like that. I've just noticed how weird that all these flowers pop out around the edge of the ring that Johanna's put in, but these two don't. These two are hidden for whatever reason. So I'm going to go in between here now. I'm going to really be careful that I don't catch areas, but by doing this now, it'll help me see the ones that I've done in the middle a lot better. Yeah, I'm just going to be carefully, because these are some really finer details and I don't want to lose the stems that I've already put in. suppose it's a good thing following the inky drawings, the drawing school that Johanna's been doing, because if you come across these bits like this and you think, oh, well, I would have made that flower come out, she's give you the tools to be able to fix it. You know, if I wanted it to pop out, I'd be able to draw that in. I'm surprised I didn't do that, to be honest. So this is quite painstakingly long, so I don't blame you if you fast forward this bit. In fact, what I'll do is speed this along till I've finished. So I'll speak to you once I've finished colouring this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to colour each square with beige. Each square, they're not even squares, are they? They're circles. I'm going to colour each one with a layer of beige first, like we did in the first picture on day one. And you don't have to be perfect with this bit, so don't worry about covering every last inch of the circle. Just don't press too hard because you want to be able to layer over the top of these. So I suppose that's the time consuming part, what we've just done. But at least now you can see exactly where all your logs are by doing the black out bit first. So I hope in this background series I have covered most things that could come up. So if not, and there is a background that you would like me to do, even though I'm not doing it every single day after January, I can still add to the background as an independent video. So please let me know if there's any other backgrounds you'd like me to try, and I will add them to the background series if it's something that I can do. But I'm always willing to try anything, so just drop me a comment with a background if I haven't covered it already. And please don't forget, if this is the first time you've seen my channel, please nip over to the playlist. Let's see what's going on here. I've got one there, and then we'll have a little one here. I'll just black out this bit that I've missed here. It's got a very fine stem there. I don't want to colour over that one. There we go. Let's just carry on with this. And this has got the dodgy line in it that I couldn't rub out. So this obviously is going to be a totally different effect to what we've just done on the other one. But it'd be very similar to doing the cork bit, or the little thick dark chunky bit that you get in wood. Sure, it's called a cork. If it's not, I'm sure someone will let me know in comments what that part of a wood is. Looks good as a polka dot background though, doesn't it? Sounds pretty cool to me as a polka dot background. Well, that's not what we're doing today. But stop here if you want a polka dot look. It looks pretty cool to me. I'd have fun doing some nice psychedelic colours in there, that would be ace. Oh, this is a big one behind these. I'm trying to not let that blue smush out. This is the thing with Prismacolors. You can pick the colour out and it'll smush it into the ones that you're using, so do be careful. Like my pink purple flower is coming off on the back of my hand, so maybe I need to put the tracing paper down, keep my hand off it as much as I can. I think if I did it, I'd probably do the background first and then do the flowers after, so you're not risking rubbing them all off. Okay, so let's get this out, because some of these have got a darker centre. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to do the red centre ones first. So we're going to come in with burnt ochre. Don't know if it'll come into view, which is PC943. I'm going to get a nice point on my pencil. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let me just do quickly. Let me quickly just make up some charts so you can see what I'm using. Because it's a bit hard when my camera won't zoom in. And I do have some cue cards for some of these colours. I'm not too sure if I can get them to hand right now. So if I make quick cards, and you can kind of see what I'm using, that'll be much easier, won't it? So let me just put this on here. Where did you go, black pen? And this one was beige. Was beige, wasn't it? PC997. If I do this, it's then easier for people to see what I'm using. And that is burnt ochre, PC9, so PC943. This one is Goldenrod. PC1034. Hopefully this will help people. White. I need to learn calligraphy because my writing's rubbish. Dark brown. dark. Black. And this lastly, I've just done enough cards, is 70% warm grey. That is PC1056. Right, this will help you tremendously, won't it? So let's go back. And I'm going to come in with, where's Goldenrod? Let's put all these out over here, just so I can see where they are. So if I bring out Goldenrod, I don't want them in shots. I don't want people to think that's what I'm using. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go along with Goldenrod, and I'm going to put like thick circles in places on some of them. Just like that. Might end up changing the way I do it, we'll see. We'll see if this bit works first. What I'm after trying to create. So I'm going to go around all of these. So this one's going to have a perfect square bit here. And then out from that it's going to come out a very light layer of goldenrod on this one. So there might not be some rings. There will be rings, but I'll be doing them with a darker colour. So I'm just going to fade that into the last colour we've used. In fact, I'm going to do that with all of them because they've all got like a circle in the middle, and then we're going to fade that out. So ignore this bit, what I've done here. So if I put a circle in here, and then we're going to get goldenrod and do that. I'm going to do this half, and then I'm going to do the other half off camera. So this will all just be, as you can't really see the knot or the cork or whatever it's called. So all of these, just make sure we're leaving a circle in the middle, like a polo mint, and kind of going round like that. These tiny little ones, we'll just concentrate on putting a little circle in there. This one will have a circle about here. All the way around again. And blending out into that other colour. So they won't see the circle on this one. So I'm just going to pull that out. Okay, and then the same with this one. This will have a circle about here. I'm hoping these will come out really good. And this one has got another knot here. I'm just going to put a circle in there. And a bit of a circle here, and then we're going to colour that out. And I think we'll have another bit of a circle there. This one you won't see it. Circle in this one. And then these ones. Circle, and then we'll bring that out like that. And this is what's good about having your reference photos. Same with what I did the day before. It just makes it that bit easier when you've got a reference photo. You can see what colours are meant to be where. Now that'll have a circle there. Might make that a grey one because that's going to clash with that yellow flower. We don't want clashing. So we'll make that a grey flower. So I think that's about half. The rest I can do off camera with them. So next up, I'm going to go with our... Olivia, where have you gone? Burnt ochre. And over there. And some of these have got a nice, like, really golden centre to them. So we're going to build on that. And we're going to come out. And they'll have a bit of a shape to that centre bit. So that's what I'm going to do. Just bring that shape out. And then there's no more on them. This one. It's not the same. Okay. I'm just going to keep going round and build these up. Nice little swirling out, just doing the scumbling effect, just tiny little circles. Try and keep my hand out the way so you can see what I'm doing. So this one's got kind of like a pointing down bit, like it's heading towards this one. So I'll bring that down as well. And this has just got a tiny little one in the middle. I'll just do a spot in the middle of them. Once we've got all these out, starting to look like logs, aren't they? Little slices of logs. I just don't want the video to be majorly long. Hopefully it's no different to what yesterday's was. And this one's going to come out from here. Same with here. Little one in there. And then this one has got a right funny shape to it because it comes round like this and in like that there. But I'm going to use my darker colour anyway in them ridges before we move on. Then this one. So it's got quite a normal sphere around it. Trying to remember when I'm doing these videos, I need to talk louder. At the minute they look like pieces of banana. Banana background, anyone? Stop here if you want a banana background. Just add some black speckles in the middle, you've got perfect banana. So on each one of them, we've now got a white centre and then a nicely faded out a nicely faded out centre to these. Somebody arguing outside, so hopefully you can't hear that. This can have a bit of an obscure circle in it as well. And there's one here. Trying to see where they all are in the middle, and then I don't miss them. This little dude here. I think we'll leave the rest for the speed up part. Okay, so now we've got them base colours in. What we're going to do is move on to the next colours. So in some of these I'm going to use light umber. Where are you? Here. So with light umber, some of these have got a darker edge. I'm going to come up to the edge here with these and I'm going to just shade it in like this, because with my darker colours is what I'll put the rings in with. And around here we've got a really dark ridge, and then it kind of comes out from that ridge. And then we've got another darker section here. Like I want to know, I can hear screaming and shouting. I'm like, what is that? I'm a right nosy neighbour me when I won't be. Got another ridge here. And then this comes around this side. Oh my gosh, they're going for gold. Okay, let's see what else we've got. This one's got a really deep ridge running round the edge of here. I'm just going to bring that in. And then another ridge there. Yeah, starting to look like bits of wood now. Quite impressed. These are just our lighter tones though that we're putting in right now. There's nothing that we're putting in here that's special at the minute. We are just literally picking out. So as I'm doing it, you can see I'm not seeing the rings, I'm seeing where the shadows are, which is what I'm putting in. So this one is what I'm working on here with this one. And I've just put these shadows that run in here across the bottom of there. And I'm just using the whole picture and I'm just picking different ones. So not saying that that's exactly how it's set out on here, but that's how I'm just picking up on some that I'm using. And some of them can be really dark. We'll be putting the rings in with the darker colours. Got some of these, we've got some of these thick lines in. Again, we've just add round there. And then we've got a section here. The same thing, and I'm just gently adding them in where they need to be. And then this one's got a ring around it as well. It's got a really light section running around the top of there, and then a dark section coming across the top here. And that comes in quite deep. And same there. Let's have a see. Now this one, I'm just going to jump back to burnt ochre for a second, because this piece down here is quite a red piece of wood. So I'm going to bring this back, and where I've been using the light umber on them, I'm just going to bring that in because this is more like a red piece of wood. All around its edge here. So I'm just going to colour that bit in and just blend it in slightly. And this one can be the same, more like a red wood than a beige dark wood. And this one is kind of a bit of both. So we've got a rim here that goes round like that. And that's coming in a little bit shading. And then I'm going to remove that out a minute. Go back in with light on because this is kind of like a bit of both. I'm going to have that light umber there. Sorry, all the kids are coming out of the schools. You can hear my little miniature schnauzer having a bark at everyone walking by. You'd think you'd hear it from my giant more than my little one, but the little one is very protective of his house. Okay, so that's them ones. This one can be a little bit redder actually as well. Just give it a bit of contrast to the pieces of wood. They'll go absolutely bananas when he comes back with Kian, my youngest, he's in school at the minute. This one's a light umber again. I'm just gonna add the brown to this one, and this one's got quite a few different like depth areas. I haven't got kind of shading but more line, so I'm just doing like these C shapes in it. It's got a darker section here. Okay, so that's them three colours done. So now we're moving on to our darker section. Now before I move on to the darker sections, I'm going to come in with the 70% warm grey, because a lot of these have got some grey tones into them. I want to bring that in before we start putting the lines in. So very, very, very light touch here with the warm grey, and I'm just going to add it in where some of these have got the grey showing. So you're putting in all the undertones in first, and then you're going to put the age lines in of the tree. And all these are shavings off pretty old trees. So not all of them. So you're going to hear some barking because my husband's just pulled back up on the drive. So you are going to hear some barking, so I do apologise, but just bear with it. So here again, it's more, it's got sections of grey like this. I want to get them in so we don't lose it. There we go, they're off. So do apologise if you can hear that. Let me just jump back with burnt ochre here and add burnt ochre in. There we go. Just muted that there a little minute, it got a bit loud. So this got a little grey section here. And then we've got another patch here. I don't know if this is like naturally got grey in the tree. Or if it's, you know, like where the saws chopped them off. Maybe. So this has got some grey here. See it with people slamming doors sometimes. Slamming doors or leaving doors open. And I always shout to the kids, was you born in a field with the gate left open? My nan used to say that to me all the time, because I used to be a door left opener. Okay, so them's in, and you're starting to see that wood effect shape now anyway. They're not looking like bananas anymore. So this has got like a grey ring in it. And it's kind of just fading out that way. Let's see if any more have got grey in. They don't all have to have grey in. I mean, quite a lot of these do, but I'm going to leave it at that. So next up now, we're going to start putting the rings in. So let me just see if the ones we've got in order. So the black's that one. So dark brown, it was lighter than the other one. So we're going to bring in dark brown. So it's not quite as dark as dark umber. And I'm going to get this really, really sharp. Just put my tray here while I sharpen these. Like literally a really good sharp point. Because sharpness here is key. You could stop like that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with how that looks. If you didn't want to start going in and being complicated and doing the rings. So first of all, I'm just going to come in with dark brown. And first one I'm going to go with is this one here, purely because it's got like a double knot. So I'm going to put some rings around that first. And then I'll just get the picture of it and see if the rings come straight from the middle. They do. So I'm just going to come around here. I mean, they're really close together, so I'm not going to be able to get them as close as as close as what they are in real life. It's just, I don't think it's possible. Let me just get that zoom a bit better. Moved in a bit closer. There we go. You see that there? So I'm just going to come round. In fact, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to come in with dark umber, I think. Just see if dark umber's any darker. Yeah, that's better. Dark umber I'm going to use. So we're scrapping dark brown and we're doing dark umber. And this is not as easy as it may look, or what I seemed. But we're going to try anyway. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, does it? I think what the problem might be here is these lines are quite sharp, aren't they? So if I'm not getting them sharp enough, they'll get lost in the background of rings. And what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to get the dark umber, just go around the edge of here. Around the very edge of all of these. And then I need to bring this in here. So if I could get these a lot closer, I would, but I think I'd need a harder pencil. I think if I was using polychromos, then maybe that would work a little bit better. I'm just going to shadow in here where I want the log to be darker. Around its edges. And obviously when I do this, the lines to the log should stay pretty well. So back to dark umber, and then we're going to come in and do this. These dark spots that it has, I'm going to add them in as well. So look for these characteristics when you're doing your wood. If there's any that you see and you're like, oh yeah, look. So as far as colouring goes, obviously I'm not a professional artist. So maybe if I was a professional, I might be able to get these lines far neater. But there is other way I'm going to get it, I think. Some of these are a lot more spaced out actually, so I might do some a bit more spaced out rather than trying to do them all so close together. I think so long as we see the rings. Come along here with the dark brown. And then back with the dark brown just for this section. Just bringing it out slightly. Well, this is like doing a totally different wood to this wood up here. So hopefully it's going to look good. It's finished. So this one I'm going to start doing them a little bit. I'm going to put these lines in here. But kind of as we come to the centre. I'm going to space them out a little bit. And then here, try and get them to be a bit closer. And then come across the top here again. And then dark, oh sorry, that was dark umber, this is dark brown. Shade that in. I think these look actually quite cool. So these smaller ones, I'm just going to give it like that look of wood because they're too small to try and do loads of detail in, but I want to make it look like it's got some rings in it, but not. So we get that effect. I'll just get all these in. Okay, so this one I'm going to bring some, still using the dark brown. I'm just going to bring some lines around here. I don't really want to pull the black in as such because I think that would be too dark. But I want the dark umber. I'm going to go around the edge with these again. This is just to represent the outer area really of the piece of wood, because you would have like a skin on it, wouldn't it, on the outside. It just sharpens that edge off. I've not got no let's just go around all these little tiny ones. Let's get these done. Okay, and then round these big ones, the dark umber out. All around that edge, and then back to the dark brown. I'm going to put the rings in. These can be quite close together. Try and keep, when you're doing them, don't go back over them. I need to sharpen it, it's not sharp enough. So just keep your line moving in one direction, because if you do what I did where I went back, it gives you too thick of a line. I think I've just done that one completely out of shot. I've ended up so out of shot. I'm so sorry everyone. So just working around again. Just keep your momentum going. I'm going to do some closer together and some further away, because on that picture you can't see all of them anywhere. Let's do this one up here. And then burnt umber. Just going to go around the edge of there. Which other one do we just do? I've done around that one. And then back to dark brown. I'm just going to shade that in a bit. You can kind of get the gist of what I'm doing with this here. I'll get rid of some of that light line. We want that light line in, but I don't want it that light. Just doesn't look right. It might not be as good as the wood above, but it's the idea I want. So dark brown now. Getting confused with what I'm using here. Let's keep it going out. And then just bringing it back into the centre. There's another one, but it's too dark. One there. So just got these three down at the bottom now, and then the rest I'll do off camera. I'm going to have one round here, well then it's going to have like divots in these bits that were created. Do these lines around this way first, and then join them in the middle. Okay, and then I'm just going to take the dark brown around the edge of this one, because this is more of a redder one. I'm just going to bring that out, but the red should stay as an undertone. Same with this here. I'll work around the edge of that. I'll just get some of this burnt ochre, and I'm just going to red this one up a bit. It's a bit too white. Just do these edges of these. Okay, and then what should we do with these? There's these three left here. So I'm just going to come round with this one. I'm going to kind of do some different types. I'm going to kind of make this look like it's got multi-tonal bits of wood in it. Same with this bit. Just like so. And then I'm going to put some lines up here. Let me just sharpen that, because that's not, it's going to look horrible if I try and put lines in. They're going to be so thick. Just get dark umber back. Darken that edge up there. I know you can't really see that much because that's against the black, but you can when you're looking at it yourself. And then just pull that in. Same with this one, just put some rings in. I'm not going to put as many in this one. I'm going to work that edge out. I think if I was to do this type again, I wouldn't. This was more easy because it was smudging things together. This I would probably do with a polychrome or a harder oil-based pencil, purely because it's the too smudgy for them kind of really detailed lines that you want. So I'd probably get like a black widow out or something along them lines. But I've started with these, so I need to finish with them. I can't just swap halfway through. And then back to dark browns. I'm just going to keep these two up because this is what I'm swapping between. And then just at the edge, pick up that dark umber. and then go in these. Okay, and some of these I'm going to use the black because some have a very, very, very slight crack in them from the centre. So what I'm going to do is just pull that out like that, make it bigger there, and pull it out. They don't all do, but it's just something that you see in bark sometimes, especially when they've cut the tree. So I'm just going to put it in every now and again. I'm not going to put it in all of them. Not necessarily from the beginning either. They can be like cracks from being cut. Let's just put one from here. There's some indents in them as well. And this just gives it, starts giving your wood a bit of character now. You know that you're adding bits of black into the wood. Go. And I think that is as much as I can get them to look like pieces of wood. So I'm going to finish the other side off in speed colouring. So it's going to be exactly the same process of what I've done there. This is just purely to show you the finished look. I'm just going to quickly carry it on, and then we're done. So I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, so that's that finished. And just has that lovely effect that the flowers are coming out from between the wood. Now this side I decided to do a little bit less rings round, and I think they actually look better with the less, and you could probably do some without rings as well that would probably look good. So if I was to recreate this again, I would probably do some like this and then some with less rings and some with more rings, just to give it a bit of overall texture. But I think I need to keep that there because my camera doesn't like all the colour going on, I don't think. Let me just try and move it. Yeah, no, it doesn't like the colour, so I'm just going to break that up by just putting that there. But I think that is absolutely, for my first attempt at that kind of wood, it's really not liking it now, my camera. I think that's really, really, really good, and I've really enjoyed doing both these sets of wood. I think they're beautiful whichever way you look at them. So that is day 28 done, and hopefully there's day 29 tomorrow, which is rain. What have we got? Let me just see what I've got wrote down. So I'm doing rain tomorrow. Rain tomorrow, then coffee, and then a surprise ending. Okay. So hope you look forward to rain and coffee. I will be doing my own drawing for coffee though. And I will see you on the next background rate. 3 more to go, everyone. 3 more to go. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button somewhere along here. And please whack that bell that's somewhere along here. If you turn it to all, you will get every notification when I go live or when I upload a video. Drop me a like and drop me a lovely comment. That always gives me feedback, and it just gives the channel just that little bit of a boost. Thank you very much, everyone. Stay safe. Much love to everyone. Bye.